All right, go ahead and have a seat there, Mr.
Paradox.
Paradox, right.
Just Paradox. Just call me Dox for short. All my friends do. Is this thing on?
Yeah, don't do that. All right, this is reel number 1, interview number 1 with Supernaturals.
We prefer to be called just supers.
Right. So tell me, Paradox.
Dox.
Yeah. How did you decide on what power makes you super?
First of all, no super chooses his or her own gift. It is chosen for them. Although these gifts are supernatural, and it's how people nicknamed us supers, our gifts are not what makes us super. It's the giver of gifts inside us who makes us super.
So, Karis, that's an interesting name. What does it mean?
Well, it means gift. Now, sometimes that can be translated as grace, but either way, it's kind of how I feel in my heart, that sometimes when I give, it's kind of a picture of grace.
Oh, so when did you first realize that you had a supernatural power?
Oh, I remember. This is very clear. When I was in middle school, it was right after Christ came into my heart and right after he made me a super. Anyway, there was this girl that was new. She came in probably the middle of the school year. She didn't really know anyone. She was kind of shy and I really having a hard time making friends. So one day I sat with her at lunch and we just struck up a conversation. Well, she started to, kind of compliment me on my necklace and said how much she really, liked it and how cool it was. After lunch when I was in class, I just couldn't stop thinking about her and about her complimenting my necklace. I knew what I was supposed to do. So after class, I found her in the hallway and I ran up to her and I said, "Here, I want to give you this necklace, and this is a, symbol of hope and, future friendships." Wow, the look on her face and the response that she gave, I knew that I was so glad that I had responded to that urge to give. Well, there's more to that story, but that's when I knew that I had been given the power of giving.
So why do they call you the reader? I don't see any books around.
No, I don't read children's stories at the library. Too funny. They call me the reader because some people think I can read minds. But that's ridiculous. I can't do that. I can more discern people's hearts. I'm really the heart reader.
I'm not sure I understand. Can you explain a little more?
Well, sure. Like right now, I can discern that you're very frustrated. Yes? That your heart is crying for a purpose in life. And that you're wearing size 10 shoes and are missing your dog named Spike. But apart from that, my educated guess after, I think those thoughts are just floating around in your head. After interviewing these superheroes, yes, you're wondering what direction your life is going. Is that right?
All right, hey, cut the camera. I'm the one doing the interview here. So I've seen some of your work in local galleries, paintings, drawings, and carvings. It's amazing and so inspiring.
Yes, that's why they call me Aspire, because my work is inspired by God. Sometimes, when I'm working with someone on a project, and they're trying to describe the certain manner, I can suddenly see in my mind and imagine it on the canvas. My mind cannot stop, it conjures, and the canvas in a certain medium, it is there in my mind's eye.
So where did you go to school for your training?
I did not. That is why they call it a supernatural thing.
But isn't what you have really just a natural skill or talent that you just developed?
I was not born with this gift. I went to school to be an accountant. It wasn't until I was made a super that I discovered this gift. It's not very well known, but God did this with a few people back in Moses' day, and still he's doing it with some of us today.
Wait a minute. You're saying it's not the gift that made you super, that you were super before you even received your power?
Supers are made when Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, enters a person's life at that moment of salvation. That's the most amazing thing about supers, Christ in us. The secondary thing that happens the moment that Christ enters a life is that they also given a gift of powers. Sometimes those gifts lie dormant and a super is unaware of their new supernatural abilities.
Are you saying that sometimes a super has more than one gift?
Did you hear anything I said before?
So, Karis, you shared that you have the power of giving. Do you have any other supernatural gifts?
Oh, yes, I do. Now, it may not be as pronounced or as visible, but I also have the gift of mercy. Many times, my two gifts operate together.
No, at this point in my life, I'm afraid this is the only gift that I have. Wait. No, this is the only gift I have, yes.
So do you wish you had more?
Well, I must admit there have been many times when I have had a discontented heart, if you will. I've dreamed of more powerful powers. However, most of the time I find myself overwhelmed with the enormous responsibility of discerning people's hearts. When I walk into a room, I'm constantly thinking, who's that? Who are these people? What's underneath, you know? There's always something to pray about. There's always something to get to the heart of. However, I'm starting to find that I depend on those with other gifts, wisdom, the doing things, the leadership. And I assume they need me too.